And we're back for our daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel for June 20th. It is a big day here with the MLB. We kick off with an early game that we're going to have a best bet for in Chicago. We've got Nationals and Dodgers. We get Mackenzie Gore versus Clayton Kershaw, guys. That's a passing of the torch game. I'm so serious. Super excited for Mackenzie Gore to beat Clayton Kershaw tonight. And also, Rafi Devers takes on his former team as the Boston Red Sox are in San Francisco to take on the San Francisco Giants. So a huge night of baseball, folks. But before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB best bets here on the channel. The Indiana Pacers won game number 6. That means later today, we're going to have our game number 7 predictions for the NBA Finals, of course, between the Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss that. Again, our final NBA predictions video of the entire year. I predicted every single game with the NBA this year, so join us later today on the channel for that. Also on Greedo Plays MMA, our UFC Baku, Azerbaijan predictions. That's linked in the description down below, along with our PFL, Rabadanov versus Kevin Lee full card predictions. That card is tonight from Wichita, Kansas. Go make sure to check out both those videos, and we are less than 100 subs away from 1,000 on Greedo Plays MMA, so let's make that happen. Okay. On to the first of our 5 best bets for the MLB today. I talked about it earlier. Here we are. Our first game of the day is in Chicago. This line makes no sense to me. I think the Cubs should personally be at about minus 150, but this game opened at minus 130 for the Cubs and plus 110 for the Seattle Mariners. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to run with it. We're taking the Cubs here. Starting tonight for the Mariners, or this morning, or this afternoon, is going to be George Kirby. George Kirby has not been good yet in 2025. The Mariners have won his last 2 starts, and he actually was really good against the Angels. The Guardians start, he was just so-so. His 3 starts prior to those that were not good. And obviously, again, right, Kirby's trending in the right direction. I'll give him credit for that. The Angels start was actually phenomenal. So I need to give him props there. He went 7 innings against the Angels. I only gave up 2 runs and 2 hits and had 14 strikeouts. The Guardians start was all right. Went 5 innings, gave up 2 runs. That's, a serviceable start. Don't get me wrong. 3 walks in there. But Kirby's ERA is still 6, right? Again, he is trending in the right direction, but obviously started the year really rough against both the Nationals and against the Houston Astros. I just like the Cubs a lot. We know that, how good their lineup is. Even in losses like yesterday, they lose 8-7 to the Brewers, but again, their offense goes out there, scores 7 runs. Pete Crow Armstrong hits, home run number 20, I think, of the season for him? He's already at 20. That's crazy. Just like, hey, James Wood. We're going to get to him later. But right, the Cubs are a great hitting team. Had a really, competitive series with the Brewers, obviously. They split their 2 games that they played. One, of course, got rained out. But the Cubs are good. We know how good this team is. The bats they have in this lineup. Obviously, we already mentioned Pete Crow Armstrong, but you get a guy at the top of the lineup like Ian Happ, who went yard yesterday. Kyle Tucker, always the threat. Always a threat. Seiya Suzuki, always a threat in the lineup, too. They're just such a tough lineup to pitch around. I mean, hell, Nico Hoerner is batting .290 this year, and he bats in the 8th spot for the Chicago Cubs. I mean, that is a very difficult team to manage against. And the Mariners, we have detailed their struggles quite a bit here on the channel, obviously. I think we've kind of broken the Mariners curse. I think we're we're still 3-11 picking Mariners baseball games this season, just one way or the other. But the last time we picked against the Mariners, or just picked a Mariners game, we did have the Boston Red Sox to go to Seattle and win. And Garrett Crochet went out there, absolutely shoved 6 innings, 1 run, 8 strikeouts. Red Sox win the game 3-1, only with 3 hits, by the way, thanks to a Trevor Story 2-run jack in the 4th inning. But still, look at the Seattle lineup, guys. They struggle. They had an off day yesterday, obviously, with Wednesday being their getaway day against the Boston Red Sox. It's a team that still struggles to score, and they're going to get a pitcher tonight in Matthew Boyd, who's been very efficient this season. Boyd with a 2.79 ERA, that's 17th in all of baseball for starting pitchers, and his last 4 starts have all been really damn good. I mean, we can go back to his last start in the month of May against the Colorado Rockies. He goes 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run in that start, and that 1 run wasn't earned. Next start against the Washington Nationals, 7 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Obviously gave up a home run to Ahmed Rosario, and that obviously swayed the game towards the Washington Nationals. But Matthew Boyd pitched phenomenally in that game. He took a no-hitter into the 6th inning, took a perfect game into the 5th inning against Washington. Next start against the Phils, 6 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs. Only 1 of them were earned. And then his last start against the Pittsburgh Pirates, 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 run. Again, it was a solo shot from Boyd that Boyd gave up. Like, he's been very good. And you look at the Mariners lineup, I know they've been better, but I don't like this team against lefties. And we saw that, and I know, again, Garrett Crochet's excellent. He is a top 5 pitcher in the game of baseball, so it's hard to hit him as it is. But I do think the Mariners personally struggle against left-handed pitchers, right? You get a guy like, I know, JB Crawford didn't play in that getaway day game. But still, that's a lefty-lefty matchup. That's one of your best bats, right? Julio just struggles. Let's just be honest. Cal Raleigh's good, and he's their best bat by far. But then beyond that, I mean, Jorge Polanco's really cooled down since the start of the season. Randy Arozarena is either going to hit a ball 110 miles an hour off the bat, or it's going to be a strikeout, one way or the other. And the rest of the lineup in Mitch Garver, Donovan Solano's horrible, Brandon Williamson, Master Boney. Come on now. It's not that good of a lineup. Chicago has the better team, obviously. I like their lineup more. And I get it, George Kirby's been better, but you task him against one of the best lineups in baseball. And you give Matthew Boyd, who's been on fire recently, against the lineup that still struggles against really good pitching. So I'm going to side with the Chicago Cubs. They're at home. It's at Wrigley Field. It's a Wrigley Day game on a Friday, obviously. I'm surprised the line isn't, even more swayed towards the Cubs' direction. I'll take it, though. Give me Chicago Cubs money line here at home at Wrigley Field at -130 for the Cubs to win against the Mariners. Let's move on to our second best bet of the video. It is our second money line of the day. We are getting back with the Nerfies today. We took a day off yesterday. The money lines, oh man. We're so due to bounce back, man. We were so hot to start the season. I'm not gonna lie. We are cooling. We have cooled down, but we gotta get things going eventually. Okay, so today's the day. Anyways. Second money line play of the day, matchup in Tampa, Florida between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Detroit Tigers. I'm going with the Detroit Tigers to win. My rule of thumb usually with the Detroit Tigers is if you get them at all close to even money, you take them. Okay, winning 2 of 3 against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Obviously, that one loss is to Paul Skeens, but we know what Paul Skeens is. He's the best pitcher in Major League Baseball. Tarek Skubal wins the first half of the doubleheader yesterday for Detroit. Obviously, Paul Skeens wins the second half of the doubleheader for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Detroit, though, is a team that's 20 games over. They are the best team in the American League right now. They are one of the best teams in all of baseball. Do they hold the best record in the league right now? They probably do. 20 over, I think, yeah. They hold the best record in baseball. They have better records than the Yankees, than, the New York Mets, the Philadelphia Phillies, the Cubs, the Dodgers, the Giants, the Padres. The best record in the MLB is the Detroit Tigers, and they win because of their pitching and their timely hitting as well. I say it all the time, AJ Hinch baseball. Do your job in spots. They have a bunch of platoon guys, but that's just how they play, right? Detroit at their best is so difficult to deal with. The starting pitching matchup tonight, it is Jack Flaherty and Shane Baz. Now, Shane Baz has been better recently, I'm not going to lie. Shane Baz at the start of the season was almost an automatic fade every single time he took the bump. He's been better recently. His last start was his best start of the season. In New York and Queens against the Mets, that guy went 6 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs. Now, the Mets have cooled down mightily as well. As we saw yesterday, they just got swept in Atlanta, so lol Mets, I guess. I don't know, and lol to my bank account too. But anyways, Shane Baz was phenomenal last Sunday. This is a guy, though, throughout the course of the season, still has a 4.54 ERA. If you can jump on Baz early, you can really get to him because he's going to get wild and he's going to miss the plate and he's going to walk you, right? It is a pretty common occurrence in Shane Baz starts that he walks more than 2 guys. That's just what he does. Usually it's in the 3s. That we talk about how good that Mets start was, and it was really good for him. But he gave up more walks than he did hits, right? He gives up 3 hits, but 4 walks, right? Again, great pitcher at times and in spots, but he's going to get wild and he doesn't have the best control. Tampa usually wins with him on the mound, but they just get him good run support. I don't know how much the run support's going to be today against Jack Flaherty, right? The pitcher out of Burbank, California has been good all season long, except his last start. His last start was really bad, right? Jack Flaherty at the 4 ERA this season. His last start against the Reds was horrendous. 4 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 7 runs, 3 home runs, and 5 walks against Cincinnati. But, look at the 3 starts he put together prior to the Reds start. Against Chicago, 6 innings, 2 hits, 0 runs, 9 Ks. Sox start, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. Great start. Against the Giants, 6 innings, 2 hits, 0 runs, 8 strikeouts. I am going to lean towards the fact that I think the Cincinnati start for Jack Flaherty was just an outlier. So I think he's going to be more than fine in this start. And of course, it's hard to pick against a team like Detroit right now. Tampa is coming off splitting that series with the Baltimore Orioles. Don't look now. I think Baltimore is getting kind of hot. I know they're still 10 games under, but they are not playing right now like a team that's 10 games under. Like for comp, the Nats are 13 games under. Those are playing so much better than the Nationals are. And we'll get to the Nats later. And I have my things to say about the Nats today. Okay, we're building some momentum. Nobody beats the Washington Nationals 12 times in a row. Okay, nah, you can't do that. Anyways, Baltimore ended up splitting with Tampa. The Orioles got a win yesterday with Drew Rasmussen pitching as well, which is pretty big for them. Rasmussen only gave up 2 runs, but still, the O's won with a pitching matchup again of Charlie Morton versus Rasmussen. I look at this Tampa lineup. I still think there's a lot to be desired with this squad. especially against a team like Detroit. And somehow, again, don't look now, the Rays are 7 games over. That's always, and I said this the other day too when we talked about Tampa. I'm like, all right, you don't expect this team to be all that great every single season, but like they proved in their World Series run back in 2020, and like they're proving right now, like they just, they continue just to find ways to win. They're 7 over. Caminero is a star, and good for Tampa, right? They bounced back since the Wander Franco situation, obviously. Let's just hope Caminero doesn't I'm joking. I would never. I really hope he doesn't. He doesn't. Okay. Wander Franco's a piece of shit. Okay, we know he is. Anyways, I think that guy's in prison now, right? He has to be. Anyways, he's probably not getting out for at least 15 years. Regardless, look at this Tampa lineup. Like, they've got guys, but I don't know. Compared to Detroit, I like the Tigers a lot more, and the spot too. Shane Baz, Jack Flaherty. I'm siding with Flaherty here. Detroit lineup versus Tampa lineup. I think the Tigers have a better lineup. I know they're on the road. I don't think it really affects much. Detroit's not a bad road team. Obviously, they're a great home team, but they're good everywhere they play. Again, that just shows, Detroit, 20 games over 500. They are a 48-28 ball club. That's pretty damn good, Everyone in this lineup does their job. We talk about it all the time. Riley Green's phenomenal. All of the platoon guys. We're going to see Kerry Carpenter tomorrow, right? We're going to see a guy like Colt Keith likely. All these guys they do their job, man. Javier Baez, we'll see if we see him today, but Baez has been pretty good in spots this season. Is Javi hurt? I'm pretty sure Javi's hurt. Yeah, Baez is hurt, right? Yeah. Is he? I could have sworn Baez had a minor injury. Didn't play the first half of the doubleheader yesterday. Okay, anyways. They've just got guys to do their job, man. I like the Detroit Tigers here, minus 110 to win on the road against the Tampa Bay Rays. My rule of thumb, of course, with Detroit is if you get them close to plus money or close to even money, you just take them. They're that good. Give me the Tigers. Next up, we go to our Nerfie of the day. Okay, we took a break from the Nerfies yesterday. Maybe I should have just done it anyway. Anyways, our Nerfie today comes with the Minnesota Twins and the Milwaukee Brewers. This one feels pretty good. It really does. Jacob Mizorowski, the rookie pitcher for the 6'7" rookie pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers, is an absolute monster. He's making his second career start. He has yet to give up a hit in his major league career against the St. Louis Cardinals on June the 12th. He goes 5 innings, 0 hits, 4 walks. The walks were really the only problem with his start, but he's been very good so far. I just need him to go 1 good inning. And on the flip side, Joe Ryan has been great this year. The right-hander has a 2.93 ERA. That's the 20th best out of all starting pitchers in Major League Baseball. He's been phenomenal. He's coming off a start in which he went 7 innings against the Houston Astros, where he only gave up 2 hits and 2 runs. But still, Joe Ryan has been more than effective this season, okay? You get the Brewers and the Twins, 2 teams yesterday coming off of huge hitting nights, and obviously Minnesota, whatever. Nick Martinez, I'm never picking Nick Martinez to win a baseball game ever again, okay? I was thinking, you know what? Paddock hasn't been good, and Paddock wasn't good yesterday either. Nick Martinez gave up 7 runs without recording 9 outs. Again, I'm never picking Nick Martinez ever again. I'm so serious about that too. I'm never taking him to win a baseball game, regardless. The Twins scored 12 runs yesterday. That's great. They scored in the first inning. It was a Byron Buxton home run. Milwaukee scored 8 runs yesterday at Wrigley against the Chicago Cubs. They scored in the first inning as well. Christian Yelich knocked in Jackson Chourio. We're due for some regression on both sides, and we get 2 really good pitchers today. Again, I'm a little scared of Jacob just because it is a second career start, and we don't know what he's going to be away from Miller Park or American Family Field. It'll always be Miller Park to me. But he looks so good in his first start. Yeah, the walks are a little bit of a concern, but I do think he's able to find a way to get 3 outs. The matchups he's going to see are going to be probably Buxton, Wallner, Castro, right? I'm pretty sure. Correa, but yeah, it'll probably be Buxton, Wallner, Castro, and then Larnach, if I had to assume. Buxton hit 2 home runs yesterday. Everyone was hot yesterday for the Minnesota Twins against that horrible pitch to contact, 88 mile an hour fastball thrower, Nick Martinez. He's just like, I always say it, he's a slightly better Trevor Williams, who actually, didn't get the win yesterday, but the Nats won yesterday with Williams on the bump. Regardless, we're due for some regression here from Minnesota, due for some regression with Milwaukee. Joe Ryan, again, has been a phenomenal pitcher all year long. ERA in the month of May was 1.86. He struggled a little bit in the month of June. That's just pretty much because of that start in Sacramento against the A's. But as we've seen before, it is so hard to pitch at Sutter Health Park in Sacramento. The ball flies there. Fences aren't that deep out there, right? It's a tough place to pitch, right? Joe Ryan, outside of Sacramento, has been really good this season. I'd expect him to be nails today against the Milwaukee Brewers. The matchup still gets Sal Frelick, who's an on-base machine, I'm not going to lie. Churio obviously can do his thing. Yelich can be good in spots, and Contreras obviously, and then if we get there, Bryce Churang. I am okay with Joe Ryan. Again, this is a pitcher with a sub-3 ERA. ERA-wise this year, he's been a top 20 pitcher in the game of baseball. I think we're going to be all right, and we get a rookie, obviously, in Jacob Mizorowski, who's making his second career start. But again, this is a guy who is yet to give up not just a run, yet to give up a hit so far in Major League Baseball. I think we're okay to go out there and get 6 outs. It's placed at, or the line is set at -130. I'm going to take that. Need to get back on track with Nerfies. I say it every single day. I think today's the day. If we don't get this today, man, I'm just going to accept we're cursed on Nerfies. I should have known when we started the year like 13-1 on Nerfies. So anyways, no runs scored in the first inning. Let's get it over in Minnesota between the Brewers and the Twins. Let's go on to our 4th best bet of the video. It is our Washington Nationals best bet of the day. I know what you're thinking. Really? I know. I fully understand. I sat here and bitched about this team for 2 weeks straight. And I'm still going to bitch about this team, okay? Because there's, guys, the James Wood walk-off home run doesn't change the fact that there are changes that need to be made within the Nationals organization. James Wood bought everybody more time yesterday, and we'll get to that later, right? But the Wood walk-off home run saved a lot of people's jobs. They finally win their first game in 12, they're, we're 1-11 now in our last 12 games. They're now 13 games under 500. It is what it is. We'll get to that in a second. Why do I think the Nationals are beating the Dodgers today? There's 3 reasons. Reason number 1, Mackenzie Gore. I know the Nationals don't always win with Gore on the bump, but he gives them the best chance to win every single game, okay? So Mackenzie Gore at the 2.89 ERA this season, right? This is an elite pitcher in the game of baseball. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. He's a top 5 pitcher in the sport. He's going to retake the MLB lead in strikeouts today. He's got 119 currently. First place now is Garrett Crochet with 125. I feel pretty confident that Mackenzie Gore is going to reach 6, probably 7 strikeouts today. His line's actually set at 5.5 today, but yeah, we're going to play the plus money instead of -135 for Gore over 5.5, okay? So we expect Mackenzie Gore to retake the strikeout lead today. He's an elite pitcher in the sport. I'd be very surprised if he's not an all-star this season. The all-stars for the Nats will undoubtedly be Gore and Wood, with Finnegan still potentially having an outside shot, even with the blown save the other day, just because of his save numbers. So we'll see about Finnegan. Regardless, Gore and Wood feel like pretty much locks to be in the game this season. Mackenzie Gore, though, does give the Nationals by far the best chance to win. The guy's just been great. ERA in the month of June's 1.89. ERA in the month of May is 2.63. That shows you he's been trending, towards the right side these last 2 months. The month of April is kind of tough for him. He had a bad start in Toronto, had a bad start in Miami, bad start in Philadelphia. He's been locked in the last 2 months. And, the Dodgers lineup. Yeah, it's good, don't get me wrong. We're okay. By the way, I will be at the game tonight. So, let's go Nats. Woo. Anyways, Clayton Kershaw is reason number 2. Okay, I don't care. Unk's not very good. Unk went 7 shutout innings against the Giants. I don't care. Okay. I just don't think Kershaw's very good still. Okay, I know he's looked good in his last couple starts. Kershaw's due for some regression, guys. Clayton Kershaw's not a 3.25 ERA pitcher in the Big 2025 at 37 years of age. He's just not, okay? There is going to be some regression with Clayton Kershaw, and it's going to take place today. I firmly believe that. Reason number 3, the Nationals, there's a meme online where the Nationals is the repetitive Nationals cycle, right? We just got off the phase where you lose to the worst teams in the National League, right? The next phase, though, is in the Nats beat the best teams in the National League. And the phase after that is they start losing again. No, there's a phase in between. But regardless, right? The phase that we're about to be on is that the Nats, they had the huge losing streak. They finally win a game. Oh, we're back. Now they're going to go take on some of the best teams in baseball. I actually think the Nationals are probably going to split their games here on the West Coast against the Dodgers and the Padres. I wouldn't be surprised actually if they win 2 of 3 in Anaheim. That's just how the Nationals operate. They're a very weird baseball team. This is what I've gotten for the last, 10 years of my life watching this team, okay? They actually play pretty well when they come out to the West Coast. Last year, I believe they won the series against the Dodgers in LA. I'm pretty sure they did. Yeah, they won on Friday and Sunday, I think. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know they won the Friday game, and then the Landon Knack start was Sunday. So, yeah, they won that series. And, by the way, the Nats have won 2 of 3 against the Dodgers this season, too. Yeah, that's just kind of how the Nats play. It's weird. And then you get all the righties in the lineup now against, Clayton Kershaw. Guys, I haven't gotten to talk about Brady House much just because there's nothing to talk, because the Nats have been so bad. I've been talking about other things. Brady House has been so good for this team, man. He's been a 300 hitter so far. He is a vacuum at third base. That's a right-handed bat in the lineup that's going to give Kershaw fits, I think, today. I mean, we'll see. Again, Andres Chaparro likely starts. There's going to be right-handed bats that I think are Jacob Young. But I think we're going to be all right against Kershaw today. I think for the value, again, with Mackenzie Gore pitching, with Kershaw, I'm going to take plus 170 for the Nationals. Now, yesterday's game, guys, I'm going to say, and I don't think this is far-fetched, James Wood is the face of Major League Baseball. He just is. Yesterday, 2 home runs against the Colorado Rockies, the second of which being a walk-off home run to straightaway center field. The guy is a freak of nature. 20 home runs already this season. He is one of the best players in the game. No. He is the best hitter in the game of baseball. At 22 years of age, James Wood is batting .285, 20 home runs, 56 RBI. He's just that good. The power this guy generates, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen it. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I think he's going to be better than both Harper and Soto. Because at his age, I get it, at 22, Juan Soto was doing big things and Bryce Harper was as well. But James Wood legitimately might lead the MLB in home runs this season, or at least the National League in home runs. He might. I mean, again, the power this guy generates, and you look at James Wood and you watch him play, guys, it's very rare when James Wood doesn't hit a ball in play at least 100 miles an hour. Even when he gets out, he's stinging it to, infielders, or he's stinging it in the outfield. I mean, this guy, man, it's insane. There are very rare times where you see players of James Wood's build, 6'7", hit for such power, obviously, which is expected, but at the same time, to hit the ball at the average and at the rate that he's doing right now, he's batting .285. At his frame, it's just insane. The way that he's punishing baseballs, the exit velo that he gets every time he touches a ball as well, it's just insane to watch. And I'm so serious. This guy's the new face of the sport. The MLB is posting about it like he is. Yesterday, the MLB's own Twitter page posted, "We're watching a superstar in the making." That's exactly what James Wood is. Nationals snap their 11-game losing streak. That means we're going to the playoffs. I'm joking. But still, we lost 11 straight games. Time to go win 11 straight games, right? Today, Mackenzie Gore and the Nats are going to beat the Los Angeles Dodgers. And James Wood, guys, again, he is the face of the sport. I'm telling you right now, Nats in LA, this is going to be James Wood's coming out party. You are going to know, and the world is going to know, how good James Wood is this weekend on the Nationals television scale in Los Angeles, where the lights are the brightest. James Wood is going to dominate in LA. He's going to hit a home run off of Kershaw today, and this is finally going to be the time where the entire world knows how good James Wood is. Nationals win. James Wood's the man. Final best bet of the video. I have to go back to it. Got to go back to it. Rafael Devers, over 1.5 total bases. So, Devers, guys, we're 2 for 2 with Devers this season. Okay, when Devers first started complaining about the fact that he was just a third baseman in Boston, said he didn't want to play first and didn't want to DH, he said, "No, I'm a third baseman. That's my role." We immediately jumped on and said, "Okay, hey pal, we're gonna take you for over 1.5 bases." I think he hit a home run in that game. First game with the Giants this year, take him on over 1.5 total bases, hits a double in his first ever at-bat with the San Francisco Giants. Okay. I'm going back to Rafael Devers. This is a guy who has only shown up for us in big spots this season. He's going to do it again. Rafael Devers is a .272 hitter this season, 15 home runs, 59 RBI, which is 5th in all of baseball. But since joining the San Francisco Giants, Rafael Devers has been really good, First start, 2 for 5 with a double. Second game, 0 for 3 with the walk. Yesterday's game against the Guardians, 1 for 3 with a single and a walk as well. But this means more than just another game in San Francisco. This is your former team that you have played your entire career with, the team that went out, signed Alex Bregman. Devers obviously didn't take too kindly to that, and now you're not going to Boston. He'll return to Fenway Park next season, but immediately the Boston Red Sox are in San Francisco. This means something, man. It just means something. This is one of these games where the star players show up, and Rafael Devers is a star player in the game of baseball. He will show up in this spot. Righty-lefty matchup. He gets Hunter Dobbins today, the 25-year-old out of Bryan, Texas, with a 3.74 ERA. Don't get me wrong. Hunter Dobbins has been really good. Last start against the Yankees last Saturday, 6 innings, 2 hits, 0 runs. Dobbins has been very good, and again, we talk about trends, right? Hunter Dobbins has been trending in the right direction. Month of May, ERA is 5.08. Month of June, ERA of 2.25. I get it's only 3 starts, but Angels, Yankees, Hunter Dobbins has done the damn thing. My thing with Dobbins is, though, he will have starts where he's completely just pitched to contact. Look at 2 starts ago against the Yankees. 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 home runs, 0 strikeouts. Teams are going to put the ball in play against Hunter Dobbins. And I think, again, you go look at the San Francisco team. If they're not striking out, they can be really effective. They will have games where they just can't hit the baseball, obviously, and they'll roll over a million times. But if the Giants can just put the ball in play, they are more dangerous than you think they are. Right, Devers has been DHing in San Francisco. We'll see if that's just the permanent fit for him. I think the long-term solution, obviously, is going to be first base. But I guess the way Dominic Smith is playing right now, and I know that's a crazy thing. Yeah, the way Dom Smith has been playing, I guess you kind of just keep Devers in the DH spot for now. I guess. Well, it's dependent on what you do with Flores, obviously. It's whatever. Because Flores can play first too. But regardless, you give the Giants opportunities, they're going to take advantage of them, right? There's a reason this team's 9 games over right now. They're 42-33. And Rafael Devers, right? He has always shown up for us in the big moments this season, and this is as big of a moment as you can get in the regular season. It's a Friday night game. You're in your new home ballpark. Your former team comes into town less than a week after you just got traded. I mean, again, it is rare that you get that opportunity so quickly. The only bigger spot would have been, if this game was in Boston and if it was in Fenway. But regardless, you can't ask for a bigger spot than this, All that pent-up anger that Rafael Devers has had, well, he gets to take it out on his old team right now, And it's rare it happens so quickly, right? Especially because he got traded from an American League team to a National League team. So I think Devers does have a night tonight, Logan Webb, by the way, cashed for us for our strikeout prop yesterday. Thank you, Logan Webb. It's the only thing that hit for us yesterday. Other than the Pacers. Hey, Pacers keep cashing. But regardless, I think Rafael Devers puts one in the gap today. I think it's going to be a double down Triple's alley, similar to his first ever hit with the San Francisco Giants. I think Rafi Devers comes through. Hunter Dobbins, right? Again, he has had a good month, and he's had a good last 3 starts against the Yankees twice and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. But I think Devers will be able to come through against his former team. There is not a bigger spot than this, and it's not a bad matchup at all for Devers as well. Righty-lefty, I'm going to go with one of the better hitters in all of the game, and Rafi Devers to come through. So, folks, thank y'all for watching our MLB Best Bets here for June 20th. If you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.